There we are. The Merry Christmas is now stitched, and I've trimmed off the fleece from the very top, not from around the sides. That will be in the seams. Now the next thing we've got to do is to cover the front part of the stocking with the patchwork. If you prefer, you can just put a piece of plain fabric over there and add your own design in a plique or whatever. So I've got, well, I don't want that piece first, I want a piece of patterned fabric first. I've got a piece of fabric here I want to use for the first piece, and I want these two little dogs to be visible, so I'm going to put them about there. I'm doing this so that I make sure I get them the right way up, so I now need to turn that over and pop that on there and stitch the seam. I would hate them to be standing on their heads for the Christmas season. You won't notice I haven't changed colour at all, and I'm not intending to, because I don't need to really, and I've done the most important bit, which is the lettering, and I've used that same colour all the time. So there we go. As if by magic I've managed to keep my dogs whole and the right way up. I have to say I'm quite surprised at that. Now I'm just going to snip some of this off because we don't need a big piece under there. I'll just put that back. And now I've got a piece of plain fabric. And this is slightly heavier than quilting cotton. But it's a rather nice Christmassy colour. That's stitching the next seam. The machine's being a bit fussy. It thinks the thread's broken when it hasn't. So there's the next seam. Smooth that down. And we stitch the next seam. Now Big Bertha's only just had a service. I think she's ready for the naughty step. Let's take that extra piece of fabric off. I'm going to use another piece of the one with the little dogs on. I don't think I'm going to be as lucky this time, to be honest, with how I place them. I might just get them cut in half, but here we go. Haven't got very much of this fabric and I did want to use it. I'm only using scraps, I'm not using anything special. Right, that's going to stitch another seam. I'm going to have a whole white dog and just a peeping head of the black dog. Never mind. There we go, and the last thing to do is to put a final piece of fabric to cover the toe. Of course, these could all be, they could be 4 different fabrics. I've just chosen to use the same 2 and repeat them. And there's the last seam. So flip that over and you can see that the whole stocking is now covered. The next 3 colours are some fancy stitching that will go over each seam, just to make it look a bit prettier. I'm sticking with the green for that, and I'm going to use the same colour for all 3, even though I have put colour stops in, so you can decide to use fancy metallics or whatever you like. Again, I'm going to start that off and just stop recording because you don't need to see this bit.